Our coaches get asked that fairly often because we have a chat feature for scheduling, for accountability, and oftentimes they get the question of like, are you a human? And then they're like, yes. And the next question is like, prove it. And so then they're like, schedule a session, you can see I'm a human. So it's really been an interesting trend in the field. I think 5 years ago, everyone was like, in 5 years, there's gonna be no human care, everything's gonna be digitized. And we've seen that really swing in the other direction where people crave and want that human connection. I think we're seeing that with COVID even more than ever, as people really miss those connections. They want to know people, they want to feel really supported. And so we wanted to make sure we build that in a scalable way. How do you have someone that you're working with? Like for coaching, all of our sessions happen over video. So you have a person that you meet, they meet you, they know who you are, they understand your goals. And that gives like a richness to the experience that I don't think digital alone can do necessarily. We experimented with chat only, and I find it very cumbersome, like to have to write out, this is exactly what I'm thinking or feeling, and there's the delay, and then there's 2 messages, and you don't know which one you're responding to. So I find the dynamics of in-person or virtual where you can actually bounce off of each other much easier, particularly if you're discussing sensitive topics. I do think there's a time and place for digital. I think digital can augment human care. So having an app in your pocket that reminds you of the homework and the exercises that your therapist and coach recommended. I think there's also, for a lot of people, digital can be incredibly effective. Like if maybe you don't want to talk to a human, you're not ready to, or your lifestyle is such that you have 5 minutes here or 10 minutes there to work on your mental health. I think digital can be standalone incredibly effective there as well, particularly if you then have a coach you could turn to if you have more questions or for accountability. So I think it's not necessarily thinking about these as totally separate, but how do they exist together to best support people's needs.